We're going to talk about it. Is it the end of an era for, want to call them the big three? Is what we call it?
Interesting.
I am stop. I'm going to stop. We ain't going to call it.
You can do that.
The big three. That's
an interesting statement.
That's fighting words. That's Kendrick.
So go ahead and say it. Yeah.
That's all we
got. So the end of the era with the big three.
We were avid basketball fans. Us two professional basketball players. Like we've been tied into this game.
I was in the PAL league. Calm down.
PAL is where it started.
I know. That's where I was at too. I was out there. Okay.
Everybody got to start.
Okay. 8 points, 5
Never stress humble beginnings, bro. That's what we always say.
You just putting numbers on the board. That's all that matters.
Facts.
I'm messing with you. Go ahead.
But yeah, man, the three of that have, I would say, dominated and really made their mark in this era. Steph and Curry, a little bit more on the later side because he came after the others. Well, him and KD was kind of close. And then LeBron, who's had a whole era that he's transcended, and then now he's trying to transcend.
Yeah, 2 eras,
Yeah, so is it the end? Because now we got Steph home.
Okay, go ahead.
Steph, KD, LeBron.
Steph, KD, LeBron.
Those three. Can we agree that those three are the three gentlemen that have carried the face, the name, the impact over a generation of maybe say 10 to 15 years? Stretch it to 15-ish, 20 on the higher end because of LeBron.
Without doing much lifting, I guess that's a fair.
Those are three.
There's other names that I would interject that could possibly be arguable, but not worth the argument.
Right.
Yeah,
so those are three.
Yeah.
Is it over for these men?
Over in what sense?
They're all home. Well, no, sorry. Steph is home.
They're still playing.
By the time this is out, KD and LeBron might be home too.
Yeah, I'll give them that.
So
I'll give you that. I would love to at least get one game.
Do we think the guard has fully changed over to where it's like, y'all old niggas sit down, we got it now.
Y'all old niggas sit down,
we got it now. The Ant Edwards, the Luka Doncic, the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, like SGA. Is it their time now to where Jason Tatum,
Luka,
said Luka already?
Sadly, it is, bro.
It's the end.
Dom says
sadly it is, bro. KD, I love KD, man, and he's so special. Like just seeing that, you never saw a 7-foot guard. And the way he could just score is just crazy. But it's just like his going to the Warriors, he got put out the year before. Joined the Warriors, they won.
Liddy.
Then he ain't win.
Liddy for me.
He ain't win ever since. And it's just like, it's sad, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. It's heartbreaking. And then LeBron, he's like the Godfather. Like, he is the league. And his time is just coming. And I just
LeBron's situation, not to cut you off, is even crazier just because him being here this long is nuts because his era was technically Melo, D-Wade, that, that changing the guards and all of them is retired and doing podcasts now, so he's still going.
He's still going.
So
that's crazy.
He stretched out his run even longer than you should as a player.
Okay.
And then I feel like Steph is just, he need help. I can't tell if his age. Because he's still putting up numbers.
Right.
They all still producing.
They're producing.
They're all producing.
So, like, I just think right now the NBA is having a problem figuring out who the next. Like, I feel like the issue is, like, think about it. They're still first ballot All-Stars because of the era that was before that's now.
Yep.
They're having a tough time to decipher who's the next superstar.
We already know who it is. But
he
doesn't want the job.
Yeah. But it's just, is the NBA going to do that?
Joker.
Is the NBA going to do that?
He doesn't want the job. The
NBA not going to do that anyway.
But we're having two different conversations because I'm talking. I'm gonna let you go ahead.
No, go ahead. You can go jump.
Because here's my thing. When I look at the league now, we need a big star who's gonna take over the league and do everything. Joker fits all that bill, but he's not charismatic. He doesn't do the interviews.
He's not marketable.
He doesn't exactly. He'd rather be home playing with his horses and on a farm and just relaxing. He doesn't want to be the face of the NBA. He doesn't want to do the work that requires almost like, that's why I say, like, when it comes to LeBron, he was the best at that. There was no one that could outdo the political almost arena of basketball and interviews and all that. And I think, for me at least, the era isn't ending. It's basketball is changing to me as a whole, where it's not going to be the same thing that we're used to anymore. It's
You're right. I agree.
It's getting global, and it's becoming this. That's why they're doing like NBA Con, and it's becoming this almost like this different product in front of us, in front of our faces. And they're doing all these changes. They try to do play-in tournaments, all these different like NBA Cups. They're trying to make this thing global,
Yeah.
and it feels weird because we've now opened the gates, and we don't know how to filter everything through. When it used to be, all you had to worry about was the cats that's in that college that you know that was going to come up. You could scout and just be ready for those cats. But now you got to prepare for the global talent across the entire landscape and be ready for them coming in, because you don't know who's the star and who's not. Unless you're going to do scouting reports while you're still playing in the league. It's like, wait, how are you going to do all of it?
I low-key feel like they competing with FIBA. I mean, not FIBA. Yeah, soccer.
Oh,
I mean, they are.
FIFA.
Yeah.
I low-key feel like they're competing because FIFA is the
100%.
biggest sport. They're trying to make the NBA basketball. Always been.
Always been.
So
and I know that because when I was overseas, like you see how soccer.
Shout out to Argentina. I was there when they won the World Cup.
I know where you was down there.
Yeah, I was in Argentina when they won the World Cup.
That was that gig I told you to stay away from.
Yeah, right. You did. You did.
Yeah,
that parade was crazy. And I'm sorry,
bro.
Yeah.
I had a game that day.
I do agree that they are, trying to compete to be the biggest sport in the world. Fair, all that shit.
Yeah.
Basketball has changed. Fair, all that shit. And I believe a lot of the way basketball is now is a tribute to Stephen Curry, just because the way the game is played is a lot different because of his impact on basketball. Period.
Yes.
So I agree with all of that shit that y'all saying. My question really is it the end of the era for them as far as their hold and dominance on the league in one, statistics, playoff runs, championship windows, all that shit.
But it was over since the last championship that LeBron won, right? They didn't.
The bubble. That was the bubble.
Since the bubble, it was over.
And a lot of people don't count that bubble championship.
So again, it's been over for a very long time.
But they've still been in contention.
Yeah, that's the thing about it, because I feel like, and that's why it's like it's so
These
hard.
These niggas
for me,
is not even getting out the first round right now.
Not getting out the first round, but they, as I always bring up, they are still the NBA Cup champions. I know you don't like that. Look at that. I know you don't.
You talking about the play-in?
No, I'm talking about the NBA Cup.
NBA Cup that the Lakers won earlier this season.
The play-in.
He's over the
play-in is the play-in. NBA Cup.
Remember, like the cup, like how the European Cup games is like the NBA did that this year. The NBA Cup with.
I did not know that.
Damn, he didn't even know
the NBA Cup.
Yeah, you ain't know
where I've been. Y'all been watching the NBA. The NBA Cup. Who won the cup? The Lakers, right?
The Lakers won
the play-in tournament, right?
No, the play-in tournament.
The play-in is for the playoffs.
When you get
to the playoffs.
No. Oh, yes.
Early this season.
Yeah, early
when
this
they
season.
played.
Yeah, that's called the NBA.
Oh, that was called the NBA Cup.
Yeah.
I didn't know the name. Okay, the name.
You named
the in-season tournament.
The in-season tournament.
In-season tournament.
That messed me up.
Yep.
Because I'm like, hold up.
The in-season tournament.
The term cup is European. So
exactly.
You taking me back to Europe, and I'm like,
that's why we're trying to go global.
The NBA don't got no cup.
Yeah,
yes,
but they do. They do.
They
do.
And that's why. And that's why I'm trying to get y'all to understand.
Yeah, in-season tournament.
This is why it's such a different thing, because we're having a conversation about the end of an era. But I'm like, y'all are putting emphasis on a classic understanding of the game of basketball.
It's still the same game, though.
Hold on, let me get so the classic understanding of the game of basketball. Yes, that the finals are the most important thing, but they're creating different aspects to give longevity to these cats, because they possibly can't go to the finals and do all those things, but by creating a secondary like bubble championship, right, or something else that's other, it gives the longevity of these goats. We're competing not only with the basketball that's global, we're competing with Big Three. We're competing with AAU. All eyes are on basketball
Overtime.
no matter what. Overtime,
Yeah.
Creator League now doing stuff. Like
NIL.
there's a lot of different. We're competing not for the game of basketball has grown to now. Can we get the eyes on us? And as we're transitioning from it's the championships, the finals, and all that. Yes, these young cats, they still are adhering to the past of what the basketball means, which is you got to get yourself a ring. You get that ring, and then, but everybody you're talking about already has rings.
Yeah.
So what can they do to make the game of basketball change, great, dope? Because no one's going to give him the greatest of all time because that's already Jordan. You can't have that no more.
Some people are.
No, unless you're going to do 6 straight in a row. Jokic, maybe.
No, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying there are people that, again, we spoke about this before. Michael Jordan is not their GOAT.
Well, we can go back all day on the GOAT conversation.
Right, no doubt. That ain't that.
Yeah.
But there's people that's still giving them that level of notoriety to say that, yo, this is my GOAT. Like freaking Carmelo Anthony's son. He said Paul George was his GOAT. Like until Lala smacked him with the one. Like, you ain't talking about that.
Yeah.
Right. So again, as the game changes, like the opinions of the old motherfuckers like me compared to the young, like it just changes over to where, you know, you don't even fuck. Your opinion don't even matter.
Very interesting time for basketball.
Exactly.
It really is.
But these three people again are like, we can't deny the impact that they've had on the game over the past, you know, and these are people that are in the I want to win, I'm the GOAT. Maybe not KD so much because I don't know what the fuck he actually wanted.
He jump started. I feel like KD jump started like Wembyamba. Wemby, Chet, Bol,
right?
Exactly. The lanky tall ball player.
So like the game,
he's giving like confidence
LeBron,
to those type players.
This is what I'm saying. Their impact on the game has been all about crazy.
Yeah.
It's been crazy. Impact. They've changed the game literally so much that they changed themselves out of the game.
James Harden.
I disagree.
Everybody stepping back.
I disagree only in the fact that what speaks to change, right? If you're not winning anything, you can't say that you're changing anything, in my opinion, right? You can say you made an impact.
Nah, hell no. I'm not saying that because it's undeniable. I just said Steph Curry changed the whole way game basketball is played. KD literally spawned a whole generation. I'm 7 foot and I'm not going to stand up.
If they still can make an impact?
They're not making an impact anymore is my point because
why not? He just
now
because LeBron just won
made their impact.
He just won the cup.
No doubt.
That's an impact.
And before, no, I'm not saying impact in that way. I'm saying impact as far as you change the culture and style of basketball. LeBron was a whole different thing when he first got to the league. Like, he's big, he's tall, he can dribble, he can pass, he can shoot a little bit. Like, the prototype of player then inspired a bunch of people to play like LeBron after that.
Yes.
KD, now you can't get a 7 foot nigga to stay in the paint for more than 2 plays before they want to go shoot three.
Getting injured off of just trying to do off the backboard dunk.
Steph got all these little kids who not tall, not jumping high, not that fast, all trying to learn how to shoot so they can just bomb shit from 3. Like, they changed the way that basketball is played. Like, the culture, the style of basketball, that's undeniable.
Right.
Along that path, they've also said, I'm trying to get as many rings as I can.
Yes.
I'm trying to be in that conversation. This is LeBron's, like, I'm the greatest of all time. He said it out of his own mouth. Steph, not so much, but Steph has been somebody who said, I want to fucking win. Now, they're at the point where they're not adding up competitively to the rest of the league, which is why I'm saying they might have actually created a situation to where they're not relevant because all the changes they've made has made everybody, in a sense, bigger, faster, stronger than them in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So the whole era thing is what I'm saying. Like, you can create something, like they say, like, we don't get here unless the forefathers before us got us to this point, right?
Exactly.
So it goes to that to say the impact. I'm not diminishing anything they say. I'm saying from a competitive aspect, these brothers ain't going to get out the first round this year, and they may not get out the first round next year.
So if that's the case, is it the end of an era for Anthony Davis too?
Anthony Davis ain't really no era player, I don't think.
Interesting. He's a tall, lanky. He was one of them cats too.
Yeah, he one of them
defender.
He one of them.
He brought a Giannis to me. He's the kind of cat that brings a Giannis to the game.
That's like,
he brings.
Don't take my words. Don't twist my words. But that's KD like.
Right.
KD
like
KG like.
KD like.
Not necessarily because KG and Anthony Davis prototype is different. Like, they two different kind of players. KG
was more like
I'm a KG stan. Like, KG was one of my favorite players as a young kid. So, like, I got a different level of respect for his game and the way he
feel like as a defender, KD
on the defensive side, maybe
Anthony Davis is not like a KD in that regard. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Yeah. No, no doubt.
I'm saying, like,
I'll give
offense
you that.
For him,
better defensive.
He's a center. He shoot threes.
Exactly.
He'll go off the dribble a little bit.
But KD is not going to block the way.
No,
Anthony
but
Davis
Anthony Davis has a better, like, build and
base.
like
He has a better
motor
base.
for a defender.
Yeah.
KD's always been a scorer. Like AD, like he embraces the defensive side of the basketball more so than KD does. And not to say KD doesn't, because KD's defensive numbers have been high, like as far as his ratings and all of the analytics on it. He's had seasons where he's been pretty high.
Yeah.
Is he going to win Defensive Player of the Year? Hell no. But he's a scorer. Like he came in the league as a scorer. AD came in the league as a
dual threat, in my opinion,
total package, two-way player, that kind of stuff. So your prototype as a player is different in that way. But at this point, I just think them three is looking slow on the competitive side of things.
I agree with you.
I don't
they're
think
they're not the motor is showing its age.
And they produce. So my question, I guess, is it a battle of age and attrition taking over because they all still playing well individually, or is it a collective thing to where their teams aren't getting them over the hump?
I wouldn't put
and that being the end of their era,
if
because
you put all
you only
those on
go
the same
so
play,
many
all players
windows
on the same team. I don't think it would be the same conversation.
We talking about all three of them?
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
See exactly. See, so it's like
it'll be over.
It'll be over, right?
So not even be. I don't want that for them. Like that would be corny to me. To like, let's all try to team up and go against the young niggas.
It's what
I think it would be fun.
Cool. It'd be cool.
Like if they, like
it'd be interesting.
It'll be interesting. I think what they all accomplished.
To me,
if you could do that, that would be kind of fire. It wouldn't be weird. It wouldn't be weird because they are, like he said, they all won rings. So they're all won, and they're like, all right, this is the end of our era. We just going these next 3 years. We just going to just do it for entertainment.
Exactly.
I wouldn't want to see that.
You wouldn't want to see it?
I think that'd be fire.
I would watch that, bro.
Nah, just I don't. And I was never, and I know it happens, but I was never a fan of just this whole team hopping shit, like, you know. And that's me even being more old school.
I'm with you too.
I'm with you too. So I wouldn't want to see that. Would remind me of like an elevated level, because at this point, all three of these are better players than what I'm about to say. But that will remind me of like when fucking Steve Nash and all the old niggas went to the Lakers to try to get a ring, and then they all was hurt and injured that season. So they had a bad run.
Yeah.
You know? Steve Nash, Gary Payton, Karl Malone, like when they was all like, all right, fuck it, we jump into the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, again, they better players right now than they were at that point.
Yeah.
But that will remind me of that. And that's like, to me, it's like you chasing.
It happened with Shaq. He ran over to Miami, didn't he?
Different story. Shaq was not Shaq like that when he went to Miami. He wasn't the same Shaq. And Shaq has always been a person that needed a counterpart to get it done.
Of course.
So he went over and said, all right, I'm going to rock with D-Wade.
After D-Wade won his by himself.
Right. Exactly. So it gave what? D-Wade credence that he could do it by himself?
No doubt.
It just didn't make it seem crazy. Like, you know,
it's all a matter of opinion at this point.
It just didn't make it seem
just don't
crazy.
feel like it.
No doubt.
What KD did was wild, though.
Right.
I still gave him grace on that too.
That's wild.
I give him grace on that.
He had whatever choice of a decision he wanted to make, so I'm never going to say like...
It wasn't like he went to go get them. They flew to Hampton. They flew to get him.
True, but in a certain time in basketball, there's a lot of niggas that saying, nah, I'm cool.
I don't know, man.
I'll see y'all next year in the playoffs.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. It's like, if they flew out and tried to recruit me and said, we're going to get a chip, it's going to be straight, don't worry, I got you. I'm like, you know what? All right, what's the bread look like? Goes back to that conversation. You got to take care of your family. That's all that matters.
But he got already good, though. But he already
got
good,
2 rings now.
His family's fine.
He got 2 rings.
He was fine, bro. He was fine.
Family's fine.
Was he fine?
I'm saying he was financially, yes.
Oh, okay. Financially.
His family's fine.
Yeah.
His family's fine.
Family's fine.
And the family don't give a fuck about rings at the end of the day.
2 MVP finals.
Finals MVP, yeah.
I think that's good. Pretty darn good deal.
That is. I'm just
I don't know what you're saying.
I'm just saying you don't do that.
But that's
why? Why?
Bro, they just put you out the year before and you joining up with them.
This is what I'm saying.
What does that mean, though?
That's a pride thing.
What? Like, what is that? Like,
I think it's just like as an athlete, like, like if we in the same conference, okay, college.
Yes.
If we in the Big East and y'all put us out in the semifinals and it's the transfer portal and they like, yo, Dom, like a few of the guys left, like, we want you to come to Villanova.
Now these little niggas are,
they got a bag. They like, yo, we're gonna get you a nice.
So I'm going.
We're gonna give you a nice NIL deal. And I'm like, and I'm at Marquette. I'm like, bro, y'all just beat us last year. No,
fuck off. I'll see y'all next year.
Pride alone.
It's just like, yes,
yeah, that's all it is.
Pride won, and
pride
then
won, but
commitment to the team. Like,
okay,
Yeah.
I can slide
me,
with that a little bit
Yeah.
more.
Okay, so we'll do it like that,
Yeah,
like that,
committed to
because
the team.
it's going to come. Like, yes, it's a pride thing, but it's just like, bro, if the ops,
If the ops,
y'all
crazy.
knock y'all out of the playoffs,
I'm
and
not
then
rocking.
they win,
Yeah,
and y'all in the same conference, and you got an opportunity to play against them again.
you want to do it again, right? You wanna do
Yeah,
it
we
again.
on
Yeah.
it. We
I'm
on
in
No,
it.
the
that's great.
gym
I mean, that's
all
great.
summer.
Yeah,
We're
all
about to run this
summer.
shit back.
I think that breeds, because I think y'all look at it from the player mindset. I'm looking at it from the macros.
Yeah,
lens.
he's like the game. What can we gain from this?
What do you gain? These motherfuckers are making billions.
But they already made it though.
No. I'm talking about the owners that are putting these motherfuckers out there into the game. They making billions off y'all watching. Yeah, go ahead. Put all your pride into it. Pass me another beer. Because that's all they're going to do. They're going to laugh and cheer and jeer and get entertainment off of our hard work and all the emotions that we put into this game.
Sure.
And that, like, I think about it, like, just like LeBron said, it's just basketball. But y'all, I know y'all are basketball players. Y'all professional players. And the pride that y'all have into this game, y'all put your blood, sweat, tears, and years of energy into this game. So it's deeper than that for y'all.
It's just weird.
But for me, on the external side, I'm looking at it, it's like, no, it's smart business. It ends up like it's securing more for your legacy. If you get 2 championships, now you're able to pivot and do more. And you want an easier road business-wise to that championship, you would go to the team that makes the best record for the year. Why would I not do that as a smart businessman? I'm just thinking of it from that perspective, not the perspective of pride and all that. I get that.
That's
part.
a great perspective though, because that, like you said, we wouldn't be thinking that.
Certain
but I
niggas
think
don't see it like that.
Yeah,
we wouldn't see it like that.
Certain
but I
niggas
think
don't see it like that.
when you're at a level like that, you can. Meaning, like, we don't understand KD's move, but he do.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I'm already getting money. Now, all right, it'll be okay, icing on the cake. I could get a ring.
Exactly.
I could get 2 rings. Like,
exactly.
so it's just like we didn't understand what he was doing.
I'm gonna take it to a music. That's my wheelhouse, right? If I was runner up for a competition with somebody in terms of like getting a Grammy or something like that, and they beat me out of best album, and then they said next year, hey yo, I would really like if you could be featured on this album, blah 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 blah. I'm like, cool. I'm gonna do the feature. Next year, guess what? They get that song that I did with them gets a Grammy. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh no, man, I should have fought harder to get that Grammy on my own name when I still played the game. I still was on the track. I still get the spins. I still get the Spotify streams. I still get all that publishing goes back. All of it still goes to me legacy wise. Now I still have a Grammy. It just was on their album versus being on my album.
Yeah.
Like I just don't. Maybe that's where I'm looking at it from the business side. And I can't always see it from just the sport. If we was going out back, and I will understand the pride because I'm like, nah, nigga, run that shit back because you just beat me. Now we gonna run that shit back real quick. But when we in a business, nigga, I'm like, fuck out of here. I'm making sure I got a legacy for my family. My kids can eat, and my kids' kids can eat.
No
and
doubt.
The 2-time champion, 2 times final MVP, Kevin Durant versus the regular Durant that just, I love my mom. My mom's real MVP. It's 2 different dudes.
Yeah.
And he can't garner the same amount of NIL deal or anything. Like he can't do it because he doesn't have those stamps to his name.
That's
like I said.
I feel what you're saying. I saw where you're trying to go with it, but because in this regard, KD was KD before he got there.
Yeah. True, but he didn't have the same deals.
He could have got different deals.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying,
he was going to get deals on deals no matter where the fuck he went at that point.
They look at
if
all
KD
of that.
would have said, I'm going to go to, and this is just whatever, I lose at OKC, I'm going to find out who got the best opportunity for me to get to the finals in the East, and I'm going to the East. You're still going to get deals. You're still going to get like that level of like attention because you're KD, you're generational.
How much do you think having a championship gives you in terms of a deal?
I'm going to go get it with somebody else and beat the niggas that put me out.
I
That's
agree
what
with
it
you.
means
I agree
more
with you.
to me is all I'm
But he
saying.
hasn't done it. That's what I'm trying to say. The fact that you said I would have did it, I would have did it.
Hasn't done it when?
Since he's left the Warriors. I don't think he would have got it done. That's my point I'm trying to make. Y'all keep saying, I would have did it, I would have did it, I would have did it.
Do you think that KD needed to go to the Warriors to get a championship?
Yes.
And this is a whole nother conversation
yes.
right now. You think KD couldn't have beat the Warriors with another team?
If he could have, he would have.
KD was the finals MVP on both of those finals runs. If he's not on that team, those points, those production, that level of production does not happen for that team.
Two things can be true. They needed him. He needed them. That's what I'm trying to make y'all understand. Like at the same time, I don't believe it could have been another player too. I feel like if Kawhi was there, he could have did it too.
You damn right.
But I just believe
anybody in that system who's a good enough player, he's going to elevate the whole
anybody.
shit.
You can't just get Horace Grant.
Who is a good enough player? I said that. Who's a good enough player? You put him in that system, he's going to elevate it. Who's a good enough player? That level of player is Kevin Durant, one of the top 5 to 10 players in the league. You're going to elevate everything they do over there.
Exactly.
You don't need to go over there to win that championship.
No. I'm saying is with that team at that level, the 7-3-9, right? 7-3-9, that quality team that they were operating at a clip that I don't think Kevin Durant had anywhere else in the league that he could have gone to that was going to be able to beat that team at that current level that they were. But you got to
take him out of that equation.
Right. But you don't know until you try.
Right. Or
you don't know until you try.
Or you know and you go.
Because KD with the Clippers?
KD on a bunch of teams.
KD with the Clippers with Paul George?
I'm a famous quote from Kanye West. I guess we'll never know.
No, we won't. I'm just saying, to me, that shit was...
That'll be my quote of the day.
That's a whole different thing.
Like that.
I guess we'll never know, man. Because I think at the end of the day, I value what we represent as a community, right? Like, this game is literally made from a guy who just put a basket up and said, throw the ball into the basket. That's a jump. Or if you go even deeper, but to the I think it's the Mayans or Aztecs, I can't remember, where they used to do the little ring on the side and they would throw the little ball through the hoop and it would go through the side of the thing. All of that. And I say it's cultural that we have embraced this sport and elevated to all new heights, global heights, right? We've infused it into hip hop. We've infused it into food and magazines, fashion. Like, we taken this one thing where you just bounce a ball and throw it into a basket, and it's become this bigger than life thing. But I don't ever want to lose sight that it's still people that are pulling the strings on it. Like,
oh yeah,
it's still money being made and going into the pockets of people that don't always look like us.
No doubt. So that's outside of those people ain't even on the court playing either.
I know, but they are controlling how the game is played. And when we set parameters on our people on how they want to maneuver in the game that they're forcing us to play their rules in, I feel like it's doing a disservice to them.
And a lot of people
I'm not setting parameters. Yeah. I'm saying that shit, to me, I don't connect with.
I'm with him too. I don't connect with it.
I just said before that he has the right to make whatever decision he wants. I'm always going to open it up for people, but my perspective is this. If you just asking me one thing versus another, what does this look like? What does that look like? I'm going here with it.
Right.
You know, he's a billionaire. Again, my opinion is a drop in the bucket to a lot of these motherfuckers. Right. I'm not
I know, right?
I'm not trashing them as people or anything like that. But to me, from a competitive aspect, it's like that shit ain't it for me.
I guess, man.
That's why I fuck with Ant. Like, the way Ant give it up right now,
and Tatum.
And the only play I would say I give a little bit of grace to for jumping ship when he did was like Dame, because he gave his all to that organization.
Yeah,
at that point, or like Melo when he gave his all to that organization, and it's like, all right, this shit ain't working out here. And at the end of the day, I know the owner's on some funny shit. You saw how it happened when Dame wanted to leave. Like, he switched his tone about his Dame. So that goes to everything you saying. So you do have the right as a man to give your, like, this is my stance and I want out. Like, you have that right, especially in a game where we don't own shit. So I understand that. But so I'm not knocking it. I'm saying, me, the competitor, I'm going to go try to get that shit a different way.
Right.
Just because I got to look at myself in the mirror when I got that ring on my finger and say, did I skip steps to get that ring? Did I jump on what was the easier thing? And
circling back, you see it.
And Dame said it himself a few years ago when he was coming at Paul George and, what was that team? Well, Paul George, he said it to Paul George when he put him out. And he was like, yeah, you boys skipping steps. You know, you chip chasing. Yeah, you chip chasing. Yeah. You boys skipping steps. Like, I'm about that slow grind. I'm going to get there one day.
Yeah.
And then when I get there, that shit going to mean more to me. I'm from that era. I'm from that mentality. And it's not to say that you can't make decisions like that. Yeah. I'm just saying, me personally, if it's that decision, or I'm going to go to Miami, I'm going to go to freaking the Knicks, I'm going to go to Chicago, I'm going to go to whoever, I'm going to a whole different conference, so that my path to even getting back to the finals might look different, because I'm Kevin Durant and I'm the best player in the fucking world at this point, according to my feelings.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my talents, go somewhere else, and I'm going to elevate that team to go against the niggas that just put me out, because I may not be able to get it done with Russ, but if I go over here, put a couple pieces in here, let me call up some people that I know in the league, yo, what's your contract look like? Can we organize this trade? Because all them decisions going to go through me anyway. KD, you come in here. Who you want to play with? I bet. Go get him, go get him, go get him.
Right.
I think collectively this fits with my play style. We should be able to make a run at that team again, because I believe we're going to get right back there, and then we're going to see what happens.
Yes.
You know?
Okay.
Does that mean I might end up ringless? Sure.
Right.
Charles Barkley ain't got a ring, Hall of Famer. Like, we can go down the list of niggas who ain't got rings, and he's going to be Hall of Famers or Hall of Famers already.
Yes.
It just is what it is. So that doesn't take away his greatness. It's like, for me, the path to that whole thing, I got to go the competitive route. Like, fuck no.
Yeah.
You would have called
But
me to
you
go to
still being
Hamptons.
smart.
Yo,
But still being
respectfully.
smart.
I respect that. Yeah.
Not crashing out. We ain't
Don't
crashing
crash
out.
out.
No.
Don't crash out.
Yeah, we're not crashing out over
They
here.
would
I
have
think
called me
that's
to the
dope.
Hamptons.
That's dope.
Respectfully, fuck off. I'll see y'all next year.
Nah. Respectfully,
Yeah.
fuck off.
Yeah.
Respectfully, fuck off. I'll see y'all
That's
next
crazy.
year.
Yeah. Don't
Nah,
trick
and I
yourself
respect-
out the situation.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Though. I respect, because I think what you're saying is like for you, and I think that's where my I guess ignorance in that competitive space and arena y'all been in since y'all was like kids, growing up,
different.
and like put through a rigorous course of like, this is competition. You don't let these niggas get that one over you. Get back.
And then you just don't join them. And then you just don't join them.
You don't join these niggas.
Yeah.
Get it
So
back
I
in
think,
blood.
and I think, and
That's all.
again, that's where my.
Yeah.
That's why, again, I'm always love, peace.
No,
Come
no
on,
doubt.
guys, groovy.
That's a fact. And
So
I
I look at
reserve
that,
that to the people that feel that way. And I ain't saying nothing's wrong with that perspective.
No, but it's
I'm
definitely.
just hyper competitive to where it's
Yeah.
like, I can't, my nigga, I told you, I can't lose at Uno without, all right, we're going to run it back. Like, if we're going to run it back. And we're going to play over and over and over again until I get a win. And then when you run it back, we're going to run it back on my time.
Exactly.